Hello, how are you? Cypher here. I'm from London and I've been teaching about 7 years in total. Okay, to start the interview, first question. I'm incredibly excited about the prospect of joining a school that values diversity and fosters a culture of lifelong learning. The interdisciplinary approaches to education that focus on holistic development resonate with my own teaching philosophy greatly. I'm particularly looking forward to contributing to an environment where students are encouraged to think critically, explore their interests, and become global citizens. I also like that this school is an international environment using the most modern educational tools to enhance education and hopefully inspire greatness, while teaching social awareness and embracing the individuality of students to nurture the future generation, essentially. The fact that BIS has 50 different nationalities, I think is a massive advantage. Understanding different cultures is clearly crucial in an international setting, and I plan to approach this through a multifaceted strategy. First, I'll educate myself on the various cultures represented in the school by reading, attending workshops, and engaging in conversations. Secondly, I'll incorporate multicultural perspectives into my lesson plans to make the curriculum more inclusive and relatable to the students. Lastly, I'll create a classroom environment where students feel safe, inclusive, where students feel safe sharing their cultural experiences, thereby enriching the collective understanding of our diverse community. My personal experience is greatly beneficial to understanding international-minded students also. Having attended an international school myself for many years and being surrounded by a diverse global peer group at school and growing up in London has given me a unique insight and empathy for the importance of diversity. Having lived in Sweden and Italy, where I also taught at private schools, has given me a truly global perspective on teaching methods, and I hope to incorporate this at your school also. How I will handle students being racist to others or any type of racist behavior. Addressing racism is absolutely non-negotiable and requires immediate action. First, I would separate the involved parties and ensure the victims feel safe and supported. Then I would have a serious conversation with the offending student, making it clear that such behavior is completely unacceptable and will not be tolerated. Depending on the severity of the situation, I would involve the school's administration and parents. I would also use this as an opportunity to educate the class on the importance of respect and inclusivity, possibly bringing in guest speakers or organizing workshops on anti-racism. Okay, a time when I had an unexpected change and how I dealt with it. In my previous role, we had a sudden change in the curriculum midway through the academic year due to new educational guidelines. I took this as a challenge rather than a setback. I quickly adapted my lesson plans, collaborated with colleagues to share resources, and communicated the changes transparently to students and parents. The transition was smooth, and it taught me the value of adaptability and teamwork. I once received feedback that my teaching style wasn't engaging enough for some students. Instead of taking this personally, I saw it as an opportunity to improve. I sought advice from experienced colleagues, attended a few workshops on interacting teaching methods, and revised my lesson plans to include more hands-on activities. The subsequent feedback from this was overwhelmingly positive, and the experience taught me the importance of continuous self-improvement. Some of the experiences from my previous school. I had an opportunity to teach a diverse group of students, which was incredibly rewarding. I was involved in various extracurricular activities, including the drama club and school's environmental initiatives. I also had a strong relationship with parents, regularly updating them on their students' progress, involving them in school events, and this experience absolutely solidified my belief in a well-rounded education and community is necessary for any type of educational success. Okay, open and frequent communication is key to building strong relationships with parents. I prefer a multi-channel approach to this, including regular newsletters, emails, and parent-teacher conferences. I also believe in proactive communication, reaching out to parents, not just for challenges, but also to share positive news about their child's achievements. This creates a partnership where both parties are invested in the child's success fully. Growing up in London was a very culturally enriching experience that has greatly influenced my teaching philosophy to this day. The city's diversity exposed me to various cultures and perspectives from a young age. My parents were both educators, so the importance of a good education was instilled in me early on. I was involved in community theater and participated in various sports, which taught me the value of teamwork and discipline. These experiences have shaped who I am today and how I approach teaching. Having a young daughter myself, now I reflect on the privileges London gave me that maybe I took for granted. Only until you leave do you realize how unique growing up there was. From playing at Lord's to meeting directors, actors, musicians, philosophers, academics, and interacting and learning from some amazing global cultures were some of the experiences that made London so special. From Notting Hill Carnival to Broadway Market and King's Road, the diversity the city gave me stays in my conscience. I believe this only adds to achieving in any type of international environment, as I am already familiar with approaching various cultures and the sensitivities necessary to do so. I would also quickly like to mention the importance of cultural awareness and differentiation in the classroom and how I incorporate this. For me, cultural awareness and differentiation are not just buzzwords to me. They are essential frameworks that guide my teaching philosophy. Let me break it down to you into three key areas: understanding, implementation, and continuous learning. Firstly, understanding the cultural learning backgrounds of my students is absolutely crucial. I make it a point to learn about the various cultures represented in my classroom. This could be as simple as understanding different learning styles prevalent in various cultures to more complex issues like religious or social norms. Implementations. Once I have a good understanding, I implement differentiation in my teaching methods. For example, I use a variety of teaching aids like visual, auditory, and kinesthetic tools to cater to different learning styles. I also make sure that my examples and case studies are culturally diverse and socially relevant, so no student feels left out. For instance, if we're studying historical figures, I'll include heroes from a variety of cultures, so it makes the lesson more relatable, essentially. Continuous learning. Lastly, I believe that cultural awareness is an ongoing process. I continuously update myself through professional development courses, workshops, and by engaging with students and their families. I also encourage open dialogue in the classroom where students can share their cultural perspectives, thereby enriching the entire class's understanding, hopefully. In summary, cultural awareness and differentiation are not one-time actions, but continuous efforts that involve with each new class. It's about creating an inclusive environment where students feel comfortable, seen, heard, and valued. Thank you for the interview. I look forward to the next stage, and I wish all the best to the principal for his unfortunate incident. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.